Hello again, everyone. This one is about domestic violence and its impact on trans and Enby, which is non binary survivors. While abuse among lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer or questioning plus people occurs at the same rates and in similar ways as the heterosexual peers, transgender and non binary survivors may experience disproportionately high rates of intimate partner violence or relationship abuse compared to cisgender individuals. Intimate partner violence and sexual abuse may be even more prevalent among transgender and non binary survivors than among their LGBTQ plus peers. Approximately 22.5% of trans women, 22.4% of non binary women, and 19.2% of trans men reported sexual abuse to the hotlines in 2023, which is higher than the average of 14.2% of LGBTQ plus survivors. Verbal abuse. Transgender and non binary survivors may suffer an even greater burden of intimate partner violence compared to their LGBTQ plus peers. Transgender victims of intimate partner violence are more likely to experience threats, intimidation, harassment, and police violence. Emotional or verbal abuse that trans and non binary survivors might experience include using incorrect or offensive pronouns such as it to refer to a trans partner, ridiculing the trans partner's body or appearance, telling the trans partner that he or she is not a real man or a real woman, and ridiculing the trans partner's identity as bisexual, trans, femme, butch, genderqueer, etc. A recent study found that trans people who experience IPV were also likely to have experienced other forms of violence such as sexual assault, transphobic family violence, transphobic school violence, or transphobic violence from society. 92% of survivors reported emotional and verbal abuse. The lack of support and barriers to service. Although the response to LGBTQ plus victims of DV is gradually improving, the LGBTQ plus community is often met with ineffective and victimizing legal responses. 45% of transgender and non binary survivors do not report violence they experience to the police because they think they won't help them. Sadly, they really don't. Furthermore, members of the LGBTQ plus community may be denied assistance and domestic violence services because of homophobia, transphobia, and biphobia. Getting into shelters is extremely hard for trans people and even harder for trans women. Additionally, trans or non binary domestic abuse survivors were significantly less likely to have help from their family, with only 1 in 8 receiving support from someone in their family. But you are not alone. Everyone deserves to live a life free from abuse, and you can call 1-800-799-7233 or text START to 88788 if you are in need of assistance to get away from a domestic violence situation. Stay safe, everybody.